go ahead and get warmed up. Okie doke, we're gonna have the foam roller nearby, but let's just get our other joints going here for a moment. So let's take a bend of knees and a circle of the shoulders. Same time. Deep breaths. And then go on to your backstroke. Just keep inhaling deeply and exhale. You got it. Then let's open up the feet, soften the knees, take our figure eight for a moment. Let that go up the spine, neck, shoulders. You got it. All right, let's go on to our roller. So, not onto it, we're gonna use it like a ballet bar. And we're gonna take, let's open the feet out. Nice, so our nice deep outward rotated plie or our deep squat. You're just gonna rest your palms. Keep it kind of close to you so you can keep your shoulders relaxed, your elbows relaxed, your good posture. And we're gonna take our nice deep second position plie or your outward rotated squat, whichever you prefer. And this is just gonna help us stay a little bit more upright. So go ahead and engage some core, belly button in. Keep your breath moving. While you get that going, switch your focus to your feet for a moment. Feel solid in your heel. Feel solid in your outer foot. And then your first and fifth metatarsals, or the balls of the feet. Good. Now, I'm going to have you lift the toes. When we've done this before, I do this as a check to help lift your arches right away. Sends a little bit more weight to your outer foot. Now keep your toes up and continue on. So the ball of the foot is still grounded from the first to the fifth, and your heel, 3 points of contact, but a little extra on the outer foot, especially if your arches tend to roll or you tend to walk outward rotated. It's a good little checkpoint. You got it. All right, so now aim the toes straight ahead, stay in your wide squat. Now we usually tilt our tail back for this, but go ahead and stay a little bit more upright. Knees and toes straight ahead. You got it. All right, then we're going to come back to our little Pilates position or little first position. It's a little V. Same idea, back to outward rotation. Stay upright, bend and straighten. Keep relaxing the shoulders. Activate a little extra belly button and spine. You also want to make sure that pelvis is level and you're tracking straight down and straight back up and not off to one side. Good. And then we are going to, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to have you in this position lift one heel. Hold that so the ball of the foot's down. And you're going to keep your roller. And you're just going to, now with a little bit more weight bearing on this one leg, let's do it for 4. So 1, 2, nice and graceful through the knees. 3 and 4. Switch that out, lift the other heel. And you're just doing a 1, 2, 3, 4. switch it out again. So this is really powering up a little bit more single quad at a time. Be really mindful of your neutral knee. Other side, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, now we're going to lift both heels. So you're still in a little V position. You can press down just a little bit to get your heels as high as they can go, and then lower down. Push up and lower, up and lower. Get all the way up there. You can do it. All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. Woo! Wee! Up, up, up. All right, so we've done this next one. It's just been a minute. I'm going to show you with this out of the way. So we're going to go rise up. Then we're going to slowly bend the knees. Then we're going to roll the feet back to where they started and then straighten. So it's a rise up, bend both knees, lower both feet, heels gracefully, and then straighten. So rise, knees, slow roll through the heels, straighten. Up, bend, roll down, and straighten. Couple more. Up, bend, roll, and then one more. Up, bend, roll. And now we reverse it. So now we're going to take our little bend of the knees. We're going to roll up the heels, then push up to straight knees, then lower. So we have bend the knees, roll it through the ball of the foot, push all the way to a straight knee, and lower the heels. So we have 1, and roll, push up, and lower. Bend, roll to the ball of the feet, up, and lower. Ooh, yeah. Feet are getting a workout. This is good. One more. Oh, yeah. Woo. All right, give that a little shaky poo. Now we're going to come to our parallel underneath us, and we're just going to do our normal bend, straighten, lift, and lower, but you can have the roller in front. So bend both knees, straighten, little lift, pull in the core, and lower. Bend, straighten, heels up and down. Bend, straighten, heels up and down. Bend, straighten, up. Bend, straighten, up. All right, we're going to do the same thing we did a minute ago and do single leg. So if you need to get the roller out of the way, that's fine. We're going to stay on one side. So the ball of the foot is down and stay on one leg for 4. So 2, 3, and 4. Switch it out. And 1, 2. Nice and graceful through those knee joints. 3, 4. First side, lift, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Other side, lift, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to do a little trick here. I'm going to have you bring those toes back up. I want you to ground the ball of the foot, 1st to 5th, and then you're on your heel. Notice that the arches are going to give a little lift. Send your weight to the outer foot a little. Hold on to that and just go back to both. Just bending and straightening for a moment. Also making sure that your quads are tracking straight ahead. I got lines in my pants today to check. That's cool. Boom. And boom. All right, good. Now I'm going to have you go back to one foot. Just lift the other heel. Keep these toes up. And now here's the true test. As you bend and straighten for 4 on the single side, keep that good alignment. For 4, other side, toes up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, first side, toes up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, last set, and other side, right, toes up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Woo! All right, stretch that out or flick it out, and let's take our I'll just show you from the side. We're just going to take the top of the toes and lay them down, and let the top of the foot stretch for a moment. Breathe it out. Other side. Good. All right, you got it. Okie dokie. I want to do one more. This is a bit of a strengthener. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. So what I'm going to do is a standing lunge position with my roller. I could put my roller to the inside of my front leg and kind of close to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly bend the back knee and straighten. So flat foot, ball of the back foot, nice straight pelvis. And I'm just going to do little baby down and up, down and up. So the front knee is going to bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Let's do a couple more. And boom. All right, switch it out. I'm not going to very low, just a little extra strengthener here. Center up, ball of the foot in the back, foam roller underneath you to balance, and 1, 2, whoop, don't look down, 3, 4, I think we did 6, boom, you got it. All right, woo, enough of all of that. Let's lay down the roller for now, and let's grab a band. I'm going to stick with my light yellow, do light yellow or light red. And let's come back to our upper back for a moment before we lay down. All right, so then I'm just going to open out my feet. I'm going to take that band. Remember, the more you pull, the more resistance you have, so you can just adjust by the position of your hands. We're going to take a stretch down, touch the chest, and back up. So shoulder blades are down, pelvis is centered, core is pulled in. Nice, and you can keep the elbows, a little soft. Mostly feeling that upper back. Feel the blades stay down in your back pockets, and then you're going to feel them slide slightly in and down. Got it. Now we're going to try to go, let's actually stretch this part first. Open the arms out just a little bit more and just kind of use it gently to come forward. Nice wide arm. See if you can slowly go behind. If you need to widen your hand position, do that, and see if you can go all the way back and touch the back of the leg. Slowly up, slowly forward. And once they get warmed up, you can always adjust your hand position. But wide is fine. Gives the scapula space to move in toward the spine back there. You'll feel that. A couple more. The warmer I get, the closer I can move my hands. Not by much, but just a tad. And let's try one more. Yay. All right, shoulder roll. Good. All right, so now we're going to do that same maneuver, but we're just going to pull across the chest. So you can, again, play with what resistance feels right. Keep the shoulders down. Nice tall posture in your spine and neck. Just pull straight across. You got it. All right, roll it. All right, let's try this one. We're gonna see if we can come up. We might have to widen again a little bit. Up and slightly behind, and see if you can do the same stretch and touch the upper back and then back up. Careful of hair and ponytails. I don't think we have any ponytails now. We'll have a ponytail now. Yeah, there we go. And then you're gonna feel that, again, the blades are going down, belly button in. You got it. All right, very good. Roll that out. And okay, I just want to do one more with this theme. So we're just gonna hold the band steady above the head. We're gonna ease over. See if you can keep your shape and ease it over to a gentle side bend, center, and side bend. Inhale, center. Exhale over. Inhale, center. Exhale over. And just make sure that the head kind of stays in between the arms, because it's real easy to go boop, boop. I side bent. No, you just made L shapes. So we're taking the whole rib cage. Keep that pelvis in center. Core's engaged. The more you get the hang of it, then it becomes a nice little side core strengthener. You got it. Now we're going to stay here, and we are going to rotate. So it's not going to go very far. Try not to move your pelvis. Again, keep the head and in between the arms, but just allow a few to stretch here for a moment. So center and rotate, center and rotate. One more each. You got it. All right, let's take, I'm gonna put some choices down here, bands next to the mat, and then we are gonna come on down, y'all. Let's go straight to the roller. So I'm gonna go ahead and have a seat. Back this up a little bit, and then I'm gonna walk it back. Gonna make sure I'm in this, not only the center of my mat, but also the center of the roller. So you want to feel the sacrum, you want to feel equal on the pelvis, equal between your shoulder blades, and a nice long neck. All right. Let's see, let me adjust this a little. There we go. All right, so from here, let's just take a moment and do a 6 o'clock and a 12 o'clock. And as you do your 6, just allow for deeper and deeper pull in to get your lumbar to lengthen. And maybe, hopefully, make contact with the roller. So often we don't realize how deep a 6 we really have. So I want you to go to your max. I want you to really make sure you know how deep and how much stretch you really do have here, and how much strength you have. All right, so the next time in your 6, hold it and let that stretch. All right, I'm just resting my forearms and my palms up, just kind of out to the sides here. Now we're going to keep the feet underneath us, and we're going to go ahead and do a little baby bridge. You might not even leave the roller. That's okay. A little 6 o'clock, a little lift, a little touch down, and release. 6, a little lift, a little touch, a release. But see if you can really hang on to that deep 6, up, and when you touch down, and then release out. Try it again, 6, lift it up, a little touch, and release. One more, 6, up, and boom. Good. All right, so now we know, let's now rest that pelvis on center, lift the arms up, drop your blades around the roller, and do a little shoulder circle. So up and around just with the shoulders. And get you a nice little quick massage here on the insides of your blades. There we go. That's it. So you want to feel those blades just keep kind of dropping back like that around the roller. There we go. And we'll go ahead and take a circle now of the arms too, holding on to that dropped blade. That's it. And then just rest the forearms back on the mat or floor and face up. All right, let's pull in and up that pelvic floor as if you could move those sits bones in toward each other and up towards your belly button. That's all your pelvic floor transversus engagement. Hold on to that while you still breathe and move as we pick up one foot, followed by the second foot. Pause there. Make sure the wiggle wobble calms down. You're steadying your pelvis. Let's go on to your toe bounce. One at a time, leaving the other knee close to the chest so that your lumbar stays nice and stable here. Now remember on the roller, you might want to go slower than you normally would on the mat, just to stay steady. You got it. Pause, flex the heels, take a breath, pull back in and up that pelvic floor, cinch the waist, hold on to that, and heel touch now, or heel bounce. Make sure those thighs are going straight down and straight back up too. You should be able to see them in your bottom peripheral. Don't let them, inward rotate or track wide or too narrow. Good. Take another pause. Glue the legs together. Keep the feet flexed. Re-cinch in that waist. Now stretch the leg out on the 45 and back in. 45 and back in. Good. Let's bring down each foot back to the mat. And then just take a moment, take the arms overhead. I just want to make sure I'm actually in the screen. You guys just take a pause. I don't think I lowered my screen. Here we go. All right. Yes, arms overhead. Let that stretch for a moment. And then just soften, let the elbows melt a little and bend slightly, and then kind of wherever they end up, hang out there and so these are your pecs, and in particular on this high angle, a diagonal from the shoulder with the arm, you're getting into your pec minor. Notice if there's any huge difference between which elbow is able to land toward the floor. And then ease the elbows back to goal post for a moment. Palm open, palm up. Hang out there for a moment. See how much of your forearm touches the floor, if at all. Does the elbow, does the forearm, does the back of the wrist? That's something. Does your knuckles? Do your fingers? And then also, can you keep the shoulder blade area relaxed on the back side? So there's a lot there. While you're here, take a slow roll of the head and neck to one side. Inhale through center, slow roll to the other side. Inhale, exhale first side. Inhale, exhale second side. And back to center. Now from that goal post position, let's inward rotate. So now you're going to forearm down, palm down, and then forearm back. So inward to outward for a moment. Good. Now back to the up, and we're going to slide those forearms until above the head until the first two fingers touch, a little diamond shape of the arm. Keep that blade as grounded as you can, and then slide the elbows toward the ribs. You're just kind of hovering or gliding along the floor and the mat, and then back overhead. So down, and then touch overhead, elbows down, touch overhead. You got it. Woo! And then bring those arms back. All right, let's do one more here with the legs. We're going to bring them back in, knees back into the chest, find your balance. Let's go straight up and down from up, bend and straighten, flex and point. Good. Now, keeping with our warm-up, I'm going to have you go from this parallel to outward rotation. So with straight legs, parallel, outward rotate. And you'll automatically see the heels kind of connect, the thighs outward rotate. So parallel, outward rotate, parallel, outward rotate, boom, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Now, keep the heels together like a frog, Pilates frog, bend slowly in, and then straight back up. So frog it in, you want to keep spiraling those thighs out. Make sure they're as equal as they can be. Belly button in, we're breathing, we're balancing, we're frogging. Oh my gosh, we can do it, keep going. Yes, now with the legs back up, go back to parallel, and I'm going to have you open both legs out to the side simultaneously, Open and close. Go again. Nice and slow because you want to stay mindful of their speed and you want to keep your pelvis steady on the roller. Good, one more. In this parallel position. Now I'm going to see if you can do outward rotate the legs and try a few more in an outward rotation. Little different than we normally do. Just give it a try. See if you can hold on to a spiral legs. Going out and coming in. Nice. All right, 1 foot at a time back to the roller. Let's do a little side and side, little massage, just a little baby rock, and then we will change this up. Boom. All right, take a little plop, gentle plop off. Move the roller underneath your feet. All right, so remember you want to think of pressing straight down so you don't eject your roller. Open the feet out as wide as you, really as wide as you can kind of handle that press down. So it's just a nice wide, slightly outward rotate. Relax the arms. We're going to try for some bridging. So you want to exhale, you want to take a little 6 and a little peel up, and then come right back down. You might not get very high right away because there's a lot of work on the legs. So 6, press down to lift, roll it through. Now I want you, because I've been really wanting you to double check your pelvis, making sure you're not shifting over to one side. So put your hands on the side of your pelvis. Make sure you're in the center of your mat equally by measuring with your hands to the outer mat to the pelvis. Now hold the pelvis steady as you do this to make sure you're not shifting. So 6 o'clock, peel it up and peel it back down. If you are shifting, see if you can help your hands correct your body. Exhale it up, inhale it down. Rock it out, exhale, 6 o'clock. Peel it up, peel it down. You can use one hand to just gently encourage the pelvis to go back to center if it starts to get out of line. Get out of alignment. Couple more here. We got it. All right, roll that out for a moment. Just wiggle the legs. And then we're going to try this again. I just wanted to give you a breather. In a couple of different foot positions. All right, so now I'm going to have you, we're going to try inward rotation here. So I'm going to take your feet wide, but I'm going to have you aim the toes and the thighs in, right? So there's a big inward rotation position, but the feet have to kind of be wide for this. Knees are going to be touching, and you're going to do little tiny baby bridges. You're not going to go very high here, almost little baby neutrals. So you're going to press down through the arches. You're going to do a little lift and a little touch down. Woo! High inner thighs. Woo! High inner hammies. Woo! So little baby ones, just lift and touch. Lift and touch. Make sure your ribs are going up with the pelvis and down. Up. Make sure you're pressing equally. Little exhales. Inhale to touch. Woo! now out. So now I'm going to have you just from that position, I'm just going to have you plop the legs open and back to touch. So just open and touch, open and touch. Make sure they release kind of at the end for a moment. You got it. Now leave them out and take a nice little roll of the roller right over your outer ankles, leaving your thighs nice and open. Rolling in and out. Nice little release. And a nice little stretch. Breathe it all out. You got it. All right. Let's see here. All right. Whew. Yeah, those hammies are pretty toast right now. All right. So let's just do another set here. We're going to roll the roller. Watch your clothes underneath your pelvis. And come onto that nice slanted angle of the spine. But make sure you can still eyeball your pubic bone here. All right, we're going to take our legs all the way up. We're going to go back to that outward rotation, and we're going to do our crisscross. So just do that much for a moment. Crisscross. The legs straight up. Good. Now we're going to keep crisscrossing. As you pull that navel in, you're going to lower the legs just a little bit, and then bring them back up. A little down. Feel a little low ab kick in, just enough. Don't overdo this. And don't arc your spine. Stay nice and grounded. So we're going down. We're coming up. Good. And then we'll take our legs back to the open and close. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to crisscross. We're going to open the legs out to the sides, flex the feet, bring them back, and crisscross. Open, close, crisscross, open, and close, crisscross, open, crisscross, open, crisscross, open. One more, crisscross, and open. Now let them hang out right here in a nice wide stretch. And you can play with the pelvis. On the roller, you can kind of play gently with the shifting from a deep six, which is going to get a lot of the inner back side of the muscles. Then as you tilt the pelvis toward, halfway, you'll feel the inner thigh. And then kind of out a little bit more toward your neutral, you'll feel almost into the inner quad. So just a little trick of the trade there. All right, ease those knees and place the feet back down. Readjust what you need to. Now from here, I'm just going to have you slide one foot out and just let it hang and stretch. So this is the front of the pelvis and the front of this hip. Get a little opening. Slide that in gently, send the other leg out, relax it, and just breathe. Good. If there was one, let's go back to the first side. Let's do this again. In case there was anything a little tight. Back in and second side. And back in. We're going to push the roller gently back out, coming for a landing. All right, I'm going to move the roller just off to the side for a moment. And I'm going to take my, say my red or my green band. And let's go ahead and do our hamstring series. Stretchy, stretchy. So we're going to wrap the band around one ball of the foot. And we're going to remember this is the loosey-goosey part. We're going to hold the ends of the band like really loose horse reins, elbows down, and we're going to do a nice medium-sized circle, the leg going one way. Other knee is bent on the floor for now. You don't want to pull too hard on this. It's just guiding the leg around. And then reverse. So make sure you're going across and out and as far up over your face as you can. Good. Now, I'm going to have you do this again and see if you can go even wider. So full on, especially up and over toward the face. Let them go as wide and down and across and up as you can. And then reverse. You got it. All right. So now, same place. We're going to bend the knee into the chest. Now we're going to add a little assistance. So you want to keep that thigh aimed right straight in toward the shoulder on that side. Then straighten the knee. Take a breath. Bend it in again. Inhale. And exhale. Now from here, with the toes, with the band kind of around the toes, I want you to do a point. Point the foot into the band and then flex. Oh yeah. So point and flex. Press the ball of the foot and then flex it back. So I'm still in this pretty neutral position. My elbows are still down. Getting a nice stretch on that calf muscles. Now just hold the flex and let that stretch for a moment. I know, but just breathe. All right, now we're going to bend the knee into the chest again. Keep it close. Send the leg up. And then widen those elbows if you need to and be one with that hamstring stretch. Keep your pelvis down. Knee, back of the knee as straight as you can. Now we're going to slide the other leg to the floor. Here we go. All right, so now we're going to same leg as the same side. You're going to grab up near the foot, both sides of your band. Make sure your foot's in there nice and stable and secure. You're going to slowly take the leg out to that same side. You're going to go as far as it'll go and hang out here for a moment. Careful of your wrist. It's a funky little position here. Make sure you can see if you can relax that thigh, and you might get a little farther. But you want to keep the opposite side of your pelvis and butt cheek grounded, right? No rolling. Ease that slowly back to center. Switch out the hand. Take the leg down a little bit if you need to. And now we're going to find that sweet spot going across the body. Won't go quite as far. Just find a spot and hang out and breathe. Woohoo! Back to center and release that foot to the floor. How long does that feel now compared to the other leg? I know. So wiggle, wiggle. And now we'll get the other leg long. So bring both knees back in. Wrap the band around the second foot. Back to loosey-goosey horsey reins as you circle the leg around. And reverse, about a medium-sized circle, exploring your range. Good. Now, really go as big as you can with your circle. And big, 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 up over the face. And reverse. All right. Now we're going to bend the knee into the chest. We're going to lengthen the leg up. You want with that for a moment. We're going to bend the knee in again. Keep bringing that thigh close to the chest. Keep it as close to you as you can as you lengthen the knee. Hold that. Breathe. Now we're going to flex. So we got that good position of the band where we can point the ball of the foot into it and then flex it back and stretch it extra. So point and flex, point and flex. Got to release those calves to get a good stretch on these hammies. It's also good to strengthen the ankle. Yeah, you got it. Then we're going to bend the knee into the chest again. Inhale, and as you exhale, lengthen it up, widen those elbows, and be one with your hamstring stretch. Back of the pelvis is down, back of the knee hopefully open. And then slide the other leg to the floor, stay here and stretch. Good. Now we're gonna I'm gonna have to angle a little bit myself, running into the wood pile. All right, so same hand, same leg, grab both sides of your band up towards your foot. You're gonna let that leg open to that side slowly. Let it go as far as it can. Keep it up, high, and out as much as you can. Keep the opposite side of your pelvis grounded and let go of any tension in the thigh as much as you can. I actually feel this all the way over to my other side, just FYI. It's quite the incredible stretch here. Good. Ease that slowly up. And then switch the hands. And I'm going to lower my leg a little bit for this one, just down slightly past my center, and then ease it across. And breathe. Gently back to center, unleash that foot, and send it down to meet the other long leg. Yay! Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Very good. While you're here, we're just going to take a nice long stretch. Reach fingers above, toes below, and just wiggle, 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 wiggle. Very good. Bring the feet back up underneath you. Take a quick rock around your clock. Do a quick check-in and reverse. All right, we're going to roll to one side. I'm going to get the bands out of my way, and let's make sure we get at least a little butt cheek done here, if not the whole thing. No, we're running a little. Okay, let's have a seat. Oh, I gotta tuck my shirt. Got a long one today. Okay, we're gonna take our one cheek. I'm just gonna speed this up a little bit so you know to roll from your sits bone up to your SI or up to the top of the glute and back to warm it up. Careful of the shoulder. Find any spot that needs a little attention. You can rock it back and forth right on it, or just stop and hold pressure. Go again, whatever you need. Search for a related spot. The farther you tilt toward the hip, the more you're going to get into the attachments. So somewhere between the attachments and the belly of the muscles. Good. All right. On to the second side. So warm it from down to up, and then find your spots. Good. All right. Then we're going to center up on the sacrum, and we're going to roll from the lumbar up to the rib cage, back and forth for a moment. And then I'm going to change my position of my hands to the legs and stay in a little bit of a curl as I roll up to the mid-back. Whew, that feels good. And then I'm going to cradle my head and bring the elbows in toward my head so I can go up the middle of the blades. to the neck, shoulders, and neck. And once you land up there, we'll just take a moment and do a little circle. Just take the head on a little diagonal, do a little massage for your occipital. And then the other side. Good. And back to center. Let's take the knees, feet wide, and double knee fold to the same side. Take a big old sigh. And up and over the other side. Very good. All right. Take a little rock. And I am going to peel you up out of here. So we're just going to roll to one side and knees onto all fours. Get you going. All right, let's all fours. Let's C curve. Hold that stretch. And release it out. Inhale. And again, exhale. And out. Let's take our toes under. Come through our squat. Bottoms up. Hang upside down. See if you can give your legs a hug. Yay. Hopefully those hammies are nice and stretched. Send your feet some love. Soften the knees as you slowly walk up and stack. Woohoo! Shake it all about. Do the hokey pokey. Anytime. All right, we did it. Let's inhale and stretch and twirl those wrists. They did a little work today too. And then exhale, just toss. And then let's inhale some peace and ease and joy and love. Shelter from the storm. Inhale again. Lots of ease, lots of joy, lots of love. Lots of ease and simplicity. Taking good care of ourselves, our body, our home. So we let the rest of it go. Give yourself a hug and a pat on the back because you did it and you're doing it and we appreciate you. Thanks for doing this with me, you guys. So grateful for our little ageless community. Thank you.